Hey guys, it's Brandon again. Just kind of wondering, as I'm driving over to Brian's house, I helped him out with his pool or whatever, but anyways, I was thinking about music. And as far as thinking about music, what I'm trying to say is, what kind of music do you listen to when you drive? And do you listen to different types of music depending on the type of driving you're doing? And for me, the answer to that is yes. I typically will listen to country music. It's just my kind of go-to. Occasionally Christian music, rarely like hip-hop and stuff like that. But if I'm just going fast for no apparent reason, I go to classical music. And if I'm racing, it's more rock-ish kind of stuff. But I was just wondering, what do you other guys listen to, if you listen to? I know some people probably don't listen to anything when they race. It might serve as too much distraction. For me, it's just kind of, it helps me focus it, to where I'm not too focused. Oh God, that is an ugly Sonic. Ew. Ow. 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 Anyways, but yeah, it helps me with focusing, but not being too focused. And by being too focused, what I'm talking about is like when I was in GSX, and I think many people have this problem with a manual transmission car, which is finding third gear when you're racing. Because, I don't know, it just seems like no matter who you are, you take the shift pattern way too literal when you're racing. So, I'm not going to say it happened every time, because that'd be a lie, but it wasn't uncommon that I would hit somewhere between first and third, or third and fifth, and not do myself any good. But yeah, so that's just what I was thinking about, because I got in the car, I'm listening to country music, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is pretty cool. Because I'm just cruising. It's a pretty nice day out. It's hot, but again, it's Fayetteville and it's summertime. That's to be expected. But I don't know, it could be worse. It's not raining, so that's nice. I'll take the rain at night. I'd rather not have it during the day, because I don't know, just the night or the evening, I can deal with rain. I like thunderstorms at night if I'm in the house. I don't like driving in a thunderstorm. I don't mind it as long as the lightning is nowhere around me, but when you can, see it striking fairly close, that's when I'm like, yep, I'm done. That's enough. I will park under an underpass or pull over somewhere, covered. But maybe I'm just a weirdo. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. Still been thinking more and more on the whole daily driver type of thing. I haven't decided yet. I do want a GSX still, just so bad. But at the same time, I want something newer, and I want something that I can depend on. And I don't know, if I get the GSX and drive it like, a normal person, it should be fine, assuming that everything has been maintained properly by the previous owner. Which, it's hard for me to really trust, because it's far too often, and I'm not even going to say just the imports, but in the automotive scene as a whole, it's far too often that somebody's going to try their best to screw you over and say they've done something when they haven't. I don't know. So, if I get one, I'd probably have to wind up replacing the timing belt and the water pump on my own, just for not trusting that they did it. And I mean, I understand I can check to see if it looks fairly new, but you know, it's just something that I feel like you're better safe than sorry in that situation. And you know what I'm afraid of with getting a GSX, besides the dependability, which, like I said, it should be fine as long as everything is maintained properly and all that. But the only thing that kind of scares me about getting a GSX is if I get a GSX, how long will it stay a daily? You know, how long will it stay just a nice car to cruise around in? And the honest truth to that is until I get the Cat where I want it, at which point I will probably start building the GSX, because I don't know, I just feel like that's something that I'd wind up doing. You know, can't leave well enough alone and all that. And I mean, DSM, they're fun. They're a lot of fun. So, I mean, I kind of would want to build it, but at the same time I wouldn't, so I don't really know. And, you know, thinking about it, you know, what purpose would I build it for? Well, probably the same exact purpose that I'd build the Cat for, which is for me. But, you know, as far as racing, I know a lot of people are into drag racing or street racing or what have you, but for me, I've always wanted to get into road course racing. VIR isn't too terribly far away from me, so that could be something fun to get into. But I don't know. I mean, that's what I'd like to do. So that's what I'd be building the cars for. And do I really need two cars that are built the same way? I guess the answer to that's no, but I mean, they are two completely different cars. I mean, V8 rear-wheel drive and 4-cylinder all-wheel drive. So, I mean, I can see that. I don't know. I've always kind of wanted a GST Spider as well, but I want all-wheel drive if I'm going back with DSM, and I don't feel like sourcing all the parts and all the nonsense to make a Spider all-wheel drive. I mean, if I bought one that was already done, cool, but then at the same time, I just have to wonder, can I trust the person that did it? Because, you know, I mean, this is just kind of a lesson that I feel like everybody can take with them. With modified cars, if you trust the person that they're telling you, you know, all this is fine, this, that, and the other, okay, cool, happy for you. But it's not necessarily best to do that, because, you know, when somebody's trying to sell a car, that's what they're trying to do. They are trying to sell a car. They're going to tell you what you want to hear, and they're going to keep from you what they don't want you to know. It's just the way it is. Unless you go see a car that you like and you're like, oh yeah, hey, do you want to sell this? I mean, that's a different story. But, you know, if you find an all-wheel drive Spider and somebody tells you, oh, they did this, 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 and this, and they replaced this and that, and, you know, yeah, that'd be cool if you could trust them. And then another thing that I'm not too sure on is when you take a car like a Spider that is built a certain way because it is a convertible, and then you throw on all-wheel drive components, you know, are you affecting anything that, you know, should best be left alone? You know, is it going to make it dangerous? Is it going to compromise the structure of it? I mean, I don't know. I'm not an engineer, I can't tell you that, but I mean, it's questions you kind of have to ask yourself, like, yeah, it's cool, but is it a good idea? I mean, is it best to just kind of look at it and say, you know, that's a cool car, I can appreciate the work that went into this, and just not have one for yourself, or what? I don't know, that's just how I feel about it. But no, that's some of the thoughts going through my head today. Always down to talk. If you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, just drop them down in comments, and I'll get to them as quick as I can. I'll try to get to all of them. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to, but I'll be trying my best to do that. So thanks guys, drive safe, and I'll see you later.